From the national headquarters of RT America in our nation's capital, hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez. So if the conventional wisdom, especially as shared by the U.S. media, is that Russia somehow got Donald Trump elected because he would then go easy on them, boy, did the Russians get a crappy deal out of that. If the meeting this week between Russia's Sergei Lavrov and the U.S.'s Mike Pompeo has told us anything at all, it is this. The U.S. and Russia seem to agree on almost nothing right now. They lectured each other on Venezuela. They disagreed on China. They disagreed on arms proliferation. And now they're going at it on the issue of Arctic exploration. In fact, let's try and amplify that one disagreement to try and exemplify the irony of this situation. Republicans, like Mike Pompeo, campaigned as global warming deniers. President Trump actually called global warming a hoax. But now, as they're starting to realize that Russia and China are way ahead of us when it comes to Arctic exploration, the Trump administration is angry, especially angry, interestingly enough, at the Russians. All right, and here's why. So the Russians, realizing more than a decade ago that polar ice was melting in places like Siberia, they began exploring and looking for shipping lanes. Russia, along with the Chinese, realized early on that the Arctic holds 13% of the world's undiscovered oil, 30% of the undiscovered gas. Also, there's uranium, rare earth minerals, there is gold, and there are diamonds. The Russians are essentially way ahead of us right now, which may explain possibly why Pompeo is now saying that Russia is a violent country that should be stopped right there in the Arctic.
But also because we know Russian territorial ambitions can turn violent. 13,000 people have been killed due to Russia's ongoing aggressive action in Ukraine. And just because the Arctic is a place of wilderness does not mean it should become a place of lawlessness.
Both sides, by the way, are agreeing now to meet again next week. As this stalemate continues, it does appear that the Russians may be once again seeing the United States, as well as they've been called in the past, bullies. We have two reports as we drill down here on the News with Rick Sanchez, where we truly do believe it is time to do news again. I'm Rick Sanchez. You found us on YouTube, and that's awesome. But you know what? I'm also live every night at 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern on DirecTV and Dish and cable and satellite, the RT app, and Pluto TV. I'll see you there.